think you need to get some sleep is what you need to do. Alright, now can I get my gall-darn win where you don't screw me? I'll take my free eat me. This is a worse path, but we get a totem. Fine. I'm still annoyed. We'll take the rabbit because it's pretty stellar. They aren't lucky draws. Eat Me's the only good card I have. Should have used it with my eye. Alright, sure, we'll do that. So why do you need a loss to continue? I can't tell you exactly why, I just know that there's a specific trigger, which is you're supposed to cut your eye out and win the next game. And if you've noticed, we've done that, like, a lot! Like, just, like, an actual insane amount we have done that. Avert your eyes. Be careful. Like, we've done this a lot. And we're supposed to get this eye. This eye keeps not appearing unless you kill yourself. So we finally get the vision. Find salvation in the cuckoo clock, right? Now we finally get to see the hidden stuff, you included, around the cabin. Because, like, now we get to adjust the clock. See? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go here. This is supposed to go in the shorter one. This is supposed to go in the longer one. Stunted Wolf, take the film before he sees it. Now. There you go. We got it. I skipped all the voice lines for it because I'm a little pissed right now. But you notice, like, look. See all the cool hidden ink and stuff around the cabin? Like, keep that sealed. By the way, we'll talk about it. Credit me. I have the master's eye. The master can see me. Magnificus, can you free me? Can you free me? Etc. Alright? There. That's what we've been waiting for. Now, I'm gonna look in here just in case, but... they're still inked up. But, yeah. Basically, I've been pissed about this. So now we have the eye that we need. Now that we have that, we can continue to play the game as normal. We had to just throw a game. Because I wasn't gonna lose. I don't recall making that card. Or a black coat. We don't have anything that's super expensive right now. We could take the black coat just in case. Triple Blood's usually not the most fantastic mechanic, but neither is Wolf Cubs. Because transforming just gives 1-2. 1-2 in one turn is like... I mean, it's fine. It's just not interesting. I have no idea what this does. I have no idea. Alright, who's getting a boot? The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight. Though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its health, said one. Can we already see the tentacle? Yeah. If you must. No. Go and then do what you must. Alright, he's gonna get replaced eventually. Once more! Yep, that's as far as we go. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your wolf intel, you retreated into the woods. I have to get used to not clicking through it because I played so much on my own. I see. Yeah, all we gotta do is win. I think we're just gonna try and sprint out a victory. Because, let's see, 2 makes 3 makes 2 makes win. Yep. There you go. I don't have to cut my eye out anymore, but I... Okay! I don't know what that means. I'm gonna pick it now. Okay, I have scissors and a squirrel. Alright, give me a slick totem. Alright, I'll stop clicking Basset in a second. Click the deer head. Okay. Same one. The gray-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. Alright, we don't have any pelts. Take the fill and roll, is that correct? My plan nears its moment of truth, but you must defeat him first. Yeah, boys! I clipped the binary card? Good for you. If you want to try and translate it, good luck. I have no idea. Do we want to trade anything? I actually think no. I'm fine with just skipping through some of this. This skips a card, which is good for us. Then we can sack a card. That's good, because the size of our deck goes down. Most of the time, it only goes up. I was under the impression you were carrying pelts. This is profoundly disappointing. Use these on pelts. Do not return until you do. What we've got is fine enough. Alright, what do we want to sack now? Black goat's fine. You know what? I am going to put it on the stoat, because I'm going to sack the stoat later. Maybe on you. I like stacking the effects, if I can, but sure. There you go. Not having the black goat in my deck is fine, because that's more or less just a black goat that can tank one hit sometimes. We're up to Greater Smoke, which should make this fight a breeze. Also, screw you, because I can easily beat you. The trees seemed to close in around you as a chill mist descended. A haunted clanking sound permeated the fog. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that sucks is that I think the price of pelts is going to reset. Cold? I can smell it. So it's going to hammer down anything that goes on here. Let's just do this for now. Mole. Bad choice. Okay. Lost time indeed. Still looking. Hello, it's Eat Me. That'll help. Alright. So now if I slap the wolf down, it should be fine. Because I'll just follow it up with Eat Me. Start doing that. Deep beneath. Interesting. I've got nothing to translate with that, but okay. Yeah, you got it, bud. Okay, this works very well for us. We just have to make sure we don't starve. This should be fine. Yep. There's gold in them cards. Gold. Struck gold. Turkey vulture? How many bones we got? Yeah, we got enough. So we can just turkey vulture. We'll burn through the other one. Eat me. I've only started to once. That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we're still plenty of squirrels away from that. We've got at least like 4 or 5. Can't really change this. Seems good. I don't know how long it's gonna be until we see it. Need a light? But basically, if you try to draw when you have no cards left, he'll put a starving man out on the board. Gonna have to steal your personality tomorrow? Whoa, what for a lovely presentation? Perhaps one of these will entice you. Ah, see, look at that, I remembered. Ouroboros! I mean, like, if you'd like me to win, why not? With the sound of the prospector's pickaxe still ringing in your ears, you carried onward. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know if I have quite the presentation mindset or personality, but a moment. A hideous swarm of insects gathered around you. Reptiles slipped and slithered around your feet. You are now engulfed by the wetlands. Alright. Your Quiplash personality? Oh boy, fantastic. Trial of Kin. Yeah, we're definitely doing this because it's most likely out of them. Come on, 1. None! I refuse! Oh, Quiplash personality. What do I do in Quiplash? I know we're gonna lose no matter what, but I was just like, we had so many. Oh, I forgot! Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. That re-rolls the map the way you speak. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's actually not a great choice. It's comedy gold. Fantastic. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Alright. Yeah, screw it. Let's just go with the power. It's not Ah! 0 from the... 3 from the wolf, and 1 from the stoat. The trial was passed. Alright, the Warren is... just objectively terrible. The bat refunding itself is kind of amazing. It's 4 bones, and it gets 4 bones back. Just, yeah. I kind of like my totem. It's not amazing, but it will suffice. Delete a card. I have no idea what this symbol is. It looks like a backpack. So, we can get a pack rat from here. We don't really need the totem, but we could. Increase stats are fun, but we'd only increase the power of something. And, like, I don't know, the wolf, maybe? Then we'd have a hard fight, and we would get to remove a card. Whereas this one, we would gain a pack rat, another card, no matter where we go, and then another pack rat. Right, because we are full up. I'm going to go on the right purely because dropping a card, I think, is better. We can use that to drop... the bullfrog. I'm always hesitant to drop a talking card because they're people, but they're kind of terrible. Oh, it's health again! There's room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its health, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. Alright. Who's popping in, huh? Do we want, like, the wolf to be just the greatest wall that, like, has ever been seen? It's either that or just give the bat 2 tries. Alright, let's just do this. The creature could become more powerful, but the survivors look hungrier by the second. Push your luck, or pull away. Oh yeah! That smells, said one survivor. Your luck had prevailed thus far, but could it hold out? Push your luck further, or run back. Running away! You couldn't buff the static? I'd love to do that. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's health. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, he made a hasty retreat with her bat. I mean, it's a 2/5 now, which means I can use it both to block and also just kind of chip damage through a bit. Guardian. That's on attack, I believe. That's not... Okay. Yeah. No, it's when it's placed. Alright, so as long as we're attacking, we're fine. We just kind of gotta go on the outset. No bones to play, but I can set a wolf down. Okay. Yeah, let's bullet. Let's see if static is a wild card. It's a wild card in that you can't predict it what it will be. It's not really a wild card in terms of Ooh, interesting. Okay. I mean, I should have put it here, but it's fine. Nice. It's not controllable. Like, it doesn't... Like, I can't do anything about it. Dropping a card's very good. Oh, that's very good. Corpse Maggots is very good for us. It's a card that will basically play itself. And because of that, we don't have to deal with it. Jeremiah was bullfrog. Get out of my deck. The Stoat is the next worst card, even buffed with a sigil. Hello. I think I'm just gonna, like, choose to take my free win. Like, I get, we might be able to do other things, like, get a ton of extra teeth, but, like, there's a lot to be said for just, I moved on with my day. My pelts are the finest and cheap. 5? 4. Good enough. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Fourth one. Yeah, alright, fine. Alright, well. Much appreciated. Now we gotta find the trapper stand as soon as we can. Oh, yes, if we can get here. Alright, what could we sack? I could sack the Corpse Maggot effect onto Ouroboros? The wolf or eat me? I don't really want to put it on eat me. I think on Ouroboros is fine. Why is the Ouroboros already 102? Because when I said the Ouroboros gains stats forever, I mean forever. For all time. There is no end. Ouroboros transcends runs, is what I'm saying. Yes. So when I was doing that, yeah. It's because Ouroboros is just a card you can pick to win with. There are things that are so unfair in this game that is a good thing to do. We are tremendously boned. We are tremendously boned. the bat. Not enough bones? Just gonna try and win. Yeah, dude, you gotta help me block down. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is a very difficult fight. This is one of the 2 hardest fights in the game. In my opinion. Why didn't you play the stout sooner last round? I'm not exactly sure the answer to your question, given that I don't understand the question. I played the stout pretty much when I thought it was a good idea. This will kill off, this should move forward, this should be fine. Okay. Bat. Okay. Golden pelt again. Take this down. I think we're fine to just block this off. Ouroboros is here. Eat Me is here. Not my favorite thing to get, but better than nothing. As you can see, again, we just fill up to the max number of teeth, and we're like, whatever. Now I can show you a neat trick, but it only comes to fruition in the next one. No, thank you. Oh, cockroach? Or a maggot? Endless Eat Me. Endless Eat Me! Do you have they are not victims. Let me show you a neat trick. You can sew together 2 pelts. You should. You don't want to see this. And you get a monstrous golden pelt. The operation is complete. Now, that doesn't seem very good, but when you go to trade the pelts, very good. I can't wait to trade off the pelts now so I can show it off. It's very cool. Plus, we have 1 less pelt in our deck. A rotten scent caused you to retch. Doubled over, a mucky boot entered your field of view. You looked up to behold an unnaturally large figure. Bring fish. Why did he kill 2 flames? You only get 1 life on this. No matter how many lives you have, you get 1 life for this. I'm gonna need Ouroboros to win, I think. There's Ouroboros. This one's easy because while he gets to hit me for 4 first, I get to hit him afterwards. Watch for the little strats while we do this. Back to full. It was more fun planning for the grizzly waves. Your lives are restored. Perhaps one of these will entice you. Canine, hooved, reptilian, feathered, insectoid. The amalgam is all. Alright, the Gek is free. The Mantis God would go well with a few of our dudes. And choose the Mantis God. Moving past the pond, you took a deep breath of fresh air and continued on. Ouroboros but in 3 directions? Trust me, Ouroboros is broken enough where he doesn't need it. That's why I typically don't put those kind of buffs on him anymore. Let me see. Ooh, yes! Oh, yes! The relief of the fresh air quickly gave way to a bone-shaking chill. You guessed at the path ahead as the snow increasingly obscured it. You had climbed to the snow line. Now, let me tell you something very interesting. We're gonna go redeem some pelts. Show me some exquisite pelts. Here, pelts. This is kind of the price we pay for coming here. Field mice, excellent. What? What have you done to that pelt? It's monstrous, and I must have it. What do you think of these? Here's the amazing bit. When you come with a monstrous sewn together pelt, he'll let you trade each pelt for the monstrous version, which is a sewn together version of them. So that means we get to pick up a Mantis God, a Gek, and, well, a Douse or a Pack Rat. Let's take a Douse. And they're all the buffed version. I'll make good use of these. So now we have a lot of weird and wacky cards. I'm quite pleased. Awful, but I wish I could ignore the Pack Rat. A Pack Rat, always useful. Because the more stuff we get, the worse our deck becomes. But the good news is we should be able to sew together some cards. Actually, we don't have any duplicates, do we? And the idea is we're not really going to get any. We would just be trading for pelts, and that's not great for us. So we want to avoid this and go to the hard fight, even though we're going to have to add a card. Because this will add a card to us as it stands. Right? Because we don't go to a backpack again. Cockroach, etc. Afraid to. I mean, Gek of any sort, I'm quite pleased with. Bird, skink. Interesting. The raven on my head. Oh, Mantis God! Why don't we just win the game with a Mantis God immediately? How's that? How does that sound? If you think a Mantis God having +2, like +1/+1 is not spectacular, like, it's very good. Ew. A nascent raven. It is no less conniving in its incubation. The pernicious vulture, a tyrant of the skies. Alright, I'm very tempted, if this isn't health... Oh, it's health. I was gonna be tempted to just burn the card. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its health, said a hungry survivor. Because, like, here's the thing. You can just put a card in and keep adding until it burns. Alright? Like, I could just as easily stick, I don't know, the Turkey Vulture in and just keep hitting the plus button until it burns. Because, like, we don't need it. Yep. It smells, said one survivor. Your luck had prepared this far, but how could it hold out? Began to sweat. The survivors began to close around the creature. The health of the Turkey Vulture was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Oh no, it's got a maximum! Alright, like, I guess our Turkey Vulture is the greatest vulture that was ever a turkey, but the problem is the card's still worse than others in our deck. Do we want to replace this? We do. Okay. I mean, you liked the part where I'm like, wow, we have a really buff turkey vulture, but like, I'd rather have one fewer cards. We still don't have any duplicates, huh? Alright, so if this gives me a duplicate, we'll consider it. Ah, the diligent ant. Its strength is proportionate to the size of its colony. We don't have any of those. I'm good. I think we just delete the card. Turkey. Do we wanna kill it? I don't know. I don't know what that does. I thought something crazy would happen too, honestly. So, I think this is funny, so I'm just gonna let it play out. It's our Gek! I bet you regret that one. Let's see, thanks. Let's see. Oh my god, that's still funny to me. We won't throw entirely, it'll just be fun. Alright, go get him. Minus a card in any way, we do not have any duplicates again. Wolf, done. This is the only way I can keep the size of my deck down. It's one of the things that's gonna get us killed. Did you bring us two of the same? We would like to experiment. Oh, I forgot the Mantis God. I want the Mantis God's effect on something, though. Procedure. Is it grizzly? It is grizzly. Look away. I mean, let's be fair. I'm kind of okay with taking a 6/8 wolf. What have we done? It's a 6/8 wolf. It's pretty spooky. It costs 2. It's very large. And if we play it on turn 1, we win. So close to greatness. Eh. Oh, I see where you're going. I like where your head's at. You took in the familiar sights and scents of the trapper's pelts, but something was different. The once friendly man now beheld you with a steely gaze. Exquisite pelt you shall make. Let's see what you get. The usual strat to this. The problem is, we kind of have some stuff going on right now. Our job right now is to draw. Thank you. Back rat, cool. I should actually check. the other one. Okay. Ah, it's Eat Me. There we go. I just want to see if this works, because I actually don't know. It does work. Excellent. It's a bet. No, we don't need anything. Hey, it's Ouroboros. We got plenty of pelts, so let's trade. Such powerful creatures. Choose wisely. Trade for what you can, but know this: the rest will stay and fight for me. Alright, so this is when a crossing creature is played. We only care about that. I'm gonna get rid of the one in the front of us. I'm just gonna trade for these because I can. Hooray! Let me relight your candles. Ouroboros continues to be the slamma whamma jamma. Perhaps one of these will entice you. The cheaper, the better. The mystery of the trapper and trader occupied your thoughts as you wandered onward. A light in the distance caught your eye. We're definitely putting Eternal onto Eat Me. We will need another map. Did I not? Did I already? There we go. It is now a free card that gives me an item that, when it dies, is put back in my hand. If that isn't impressive, whew. Surely this cabin marked the end of your travails. I think the best part is, once we get past a certain thing, I'm going in blind. I don't know anymore. It still remains trivial, it's just I need to not do this in a terrible order. The ring certainly makes things much easier for us. Okay, come on. The hat weighs 6 pounds? Dude, that's gotta hurt. I hope you have some support for yourself. Like, just don't hurt yourself. All for the meme? I got it. This is me in the waiting. I actually think I should just be more careful to just, like, cut the, card, so I just get the easy win. Well, breaking the bottle is what it's for. Like, Let's see, Ouroboros. Maze. No. Phase 1. I need 8 May. Something else to sack with. Let's get that back out because we can. I mean, it doesn't matter, so we can do this. Put you here. Hold on, what I get? Yeah. We'll crack that back open. I mean, this isn't necessary. I'm just kind of tooling around. Cool. This ought to work again. So much value. Ouroboros is just such a beast. I'm not get all of the speaking bits in. Another challenger had bested Leshy, great scribe of beasts, and I fear our time may be drawing to a close. It seems nothing I can do can prolong my reign here, since you got involved. Oh, you will see in time that you should have simply let things be. Is not what you are used to? Around here, this is considered a delicacy. You've done me a great disrespect. Come with me. Stand there. Ready? Who gave you that? You absolute ingrate. Give it back. Woo-wee! That's Leshy, baby! Can't see in there. Can't really interact with anything else. You remember the new game option, right? Now we're trapped in here, right? You know what to do.